What it is, y'all, is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. We talked about a little bit earlier today, and we did get some good news, some weird news, and all kinds of crazy stuff just across the board. So let's just get into it. Why not? So first things first, the ongoing campaign. Of course, for us, that is going to be the free 11 draw stuff, and of course, then we've got the Argonaut story. We never finished the Argonaut story in stream. We really got to finish that. Because I was really, truly enjoying it. And we do need to do the Data Live stuff before that arrives. So we may have to schedule that pretty aggressively. White Day Quest is going to continue, apparently. And this is what is coming this week to the global sides of the game. Okay? 4-star guaranteed. So basically, there's going to be a gacha lineup update. We've got the new Gareth. You've got basically all the Freya Chronicle units. All these units are now going to be in the general pool, which is really, really nice. Okay. Hero Homecoming Special Box. So this is going to be a brand new whale pack that you can buy. Gives you a 4-star adventure ticket, a 4-star assist ticket. Remember, those can be exchanged for the unit of your choosing. So that's really, really nice. Comes with a time-limited unit exchange. And honestly, right now, normally I'm pretty those aren't worthwhile. Right now, since we just, the Argonaut stuff just got a rerun, that's a really good value, actually. These are usually pretty expensive, though. They're going to be like 1,000 paid or something like that, but they're usually worth it. Maybe it's up to 1,600 because there's a lot of stuff in here. This might be as much as 1,600. Hopefully it's as low as 1,000, but there's a ton in here, and this is really a pretty substantial value for what you're getting, even at 1,600 paid. We're getting a new Record Buster. And thank goodness Revis is back, because I'm not going to lie, I'm so sick of Otarl. The RNG on Otarl is just a pain. 7th Zone. 100th 7th Zone quest celebration continues. Guys, I don't know about you guys. I'm so lazy about 7th Zone anymore. I have so many of these Ascension items that I just can't use because I don't have enough Valis, or just don't really care about the weapon for whatever reason. It's not on units I use. So, my recommendation is just build a good team that you know can squash this. We've never tried the Dark team. Dark just got a really big buff, and Dark should get even more love when the collab finally hits. We'll have to try those things out and really give that a shot. But for now, you guys know, just the anniversary team from last year can crush any 7th Zone that is put before. At least until they go back to Double Ailment, which a lot of people didn't like, but I think at this stage of the game it might be a welcome change once again. Okay, now we're talking next week. Okay, so there's another Celestial Festival gacha coming. This is Paid Iris Gacha, and if you guys didn't know, this is the one where, like the one we get at the beginning of every month, where you can choose the units that you want from the lineup, and you get a 1 in 3 chance at them. Okay, 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th, every odd draw is guaranteed 4-star, and it is guaranteed 1 of the 3 from your pick. 2 adventures, 1 assist. It's a really, really good opportunity to pick some units up, especially with the general pool just having an update recently. So, really good value on that one. And of course, Wargame is returning this week, and next week, Wargame is returning. And what I really want to discuss on this one, we talked a little bit about the fact that Wargame is this week's, comparing the crossover units and all that stuff. This is the one I want to kind of revisit, because I want to give the crossover units enough time to kind of sit in the in people's bins and kind of figure out what they're going to do with them, because a lot of times it takes a wargame or two for people to figure out what they want to do in the teams they want to build. Even the upper echelon whales, it's easy to say we'll just use the new units, but the problem is they're facing other players and they've got to build their teams based on what the other players are doing. So a lot of times this second wargame after all that happens could very well be the one where those units start getting some love. I talked a little bit about that in the video. So we'll continue to analyze Wargame there. We're not going to get the units until the week after this Wargame ends. So we'll need to keep an eye on that. 107th Zone campaign apparently continues, even though it feels like we're on the 200th at this point. And here's something interesting, guys. So this is where we're going to get into the really interesting stuff. So there is a new Familia Rush coming. I think that's pretty sure it's Rush. I'm gonna have egg in my face if it's Royale, but I'm pretty sure it's Rush. That looks like the Rush logo. There's a new Familia Rush coming. Now, will we get it? Probably not. It'll probably drop on JP. Obviously, you guys know it is going to require the new units and all that stuff. And then we'll probably get it like 2-3 weeks later. They have finally announced the reason. And I'll kind of bring Twitter over here for a moment. They've announced the reason that for the delay in the collab. And this is right here from the Danmemo official Twitter. Okay. So thank you for feedback regarding crossover event schedule due to localization scheduling and licensing reasons. That's the big one right there. Licensing reasons. The event is scheduled on a different date other than the JP version this time. We apologize for any inconvenience. Please wait for the release on 3/31. Now, don't panic, guys, because we are still getting it. Like it says right there, we're getting it on the 31st of March. Initially, I thought this actually might have something to do with the U.S. anniversary and things like that, and we might get something pretty sweet for it. Like, we've had to wait. We've had to sit here and, with bated breath, watch JP, do their thing on it. Number one, I do like that because it gives us, a global sandbox that we can just analyze these units from afar and go, okay, this is working, that's not working, so on and so forth. But here's the really big thing about this, okay? Licensing reasons. If you guys don't know, Right Flyer is very closely tied to Crunchyroll. In fact, at one point I think Right Flyer was like a subsidiary Crunchyroll or something like that, or maybe they were owned by Crunchyroll or something. I forget the exact relationship, but Right Flyer and Crunchyroll they're like that. The problem is right now you have the Sony buyout and the whole Funimation thing, and there's just a million things going on at Crunchyroll. So most likely the licensing for Data Live is just going to be a bit weird at the moment. So if they can't get the rights right away and also bear in mind, Data Live isn't airing for 3 more weeks. I think it's the second week in April that it's actually airing, which means that on the global side we would know nothing about this until Crunchyroll or whoever simulcasts it. So the fact that it's happening so early on JP, little shocking, but the fact that we have to wait for it, not shocking at all. In fact, we're getting it on 31st, not having to wait till the middle of April is actually a pretty good thing. So this makes a ton of sense. Now, to be fair, I'm still pseudo speculating on this, but it makes a ton more sense why we would have to wait for a lot of these things. So licensing, that's the big word right there. That is your massive takeaway from all this. So licensing reasons are why we did not get it on time, and they're aware. The people that manage the global account also manage the JP account. It's one big family, so they're aware of what's happening, and they've listened. There's proof that they're listening. And honestly, guys, nothing they can do about that. That's all probably having to do with Funny and Sony and Crunchyroll learning to coexist, so to speak. So not a big deal. We just gotta wait a couple weeks, and frankly, you know what? I've kind of enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. I liked the hype and being able to see what's going on. Like I said, the global sandbox is a lot of fun. So, I don't know, guys. If you want to get bent out of shape about it, go for it. But it's not going to change anything. It just makes a little bit more sense now. So, just wanted to share that little tidbit there. So, they're getting a Familia Rush. Let's move on. This is the one that blew me away. So we have a new Toka coming. And you kind of probably could have guessed this. It's when we got the secondary banner for Kurumi and I think it was the secondary Shido. I think it was Kurumi and Shido. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was. That we got when the Data Live original collab reran. But we are actually getting... yes, it is Toka. I have confirmed. Because I don't know where the damn... but we are getting a new Toka unit, and we're getting a new Argonaut unit. Hell if I know. I'm not reading the current story. I'm waiting for it to come to global with all the translations. So I am guessing, to me, this is insane, because I'm guessing that the anniversary, that's why they reran the second anniversary, it somehow intertwines with Data Live. And I'm guessing something in Data Live's history. I don't know. If I knew the Data Live story, I'd probably have a wee bit of a clue. I don't know the story. Speculate all you want, but no spoilers from JP. I do not want spoilers in the comments, guys. So those of you that are playing JP, those of you guys that know, don't post spoilers, please. Because a lot of us are waiting for this to come, and we want to get it naturally, and we're gonna read the stories and all that on stream, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. But that's insane. So there is a third banner. You do want to, like, be aware of that. It's called Eyes Engagement. It wasn't really Eyes. It was Ariande or Adrione or whatever the hell her name is. Who knew? I'm hyped for this. This is crazy. So secondary banner. Let's talk about what Toka does. So here's her unit. Looks really awesome. She looks amazing. And HP is 3813. Physical stat is 2123. So it is very good physical stat on her. Check out that endurance stat. 729. Old girl is going to be a tank. 817 dex. 1161. She's not going to be the fastest unit around, but she definitely is no slouch. This Toka is thus far really good. Let's see her stats, though. Okay. Skill 1, 168 MP cost. Oof. Okay, that hurts. That doesn't feel good. Foes, plural. Low light, light resist down 40% for 2 turns. Self, strength and agility plus 65% for 2 turns. And 2 physical null ailments. Physical null attacks, not ailments, attacks. Physical ailments doesn't make any sense. So nulls 2 physical attacks. 3 additional actions, foes plural mid, light, physical attack, and allies extend status buffs by 1 turn. She kind of good. She's the first unit from the anniversary, from the collab that I'm like, aside from Origami. I mean, Origami was also like that for me. But Old Girl's really good. But that first skill is expensive. 168 MP cost. Ugh. But I think she's going to do the trick. I think she's really going to kill it. Skill 2 is... And the best part is she's a light unit. And light has needed some love for a while. Looks like light's getting the love they deserve. Skill 2 is a 61 MP cost. Foes, plural. Fast. Super light physical attack with high critical rate. Guard rate down 50% for 1 turn, and remove physical buffs and allies light attack damage plus 50% for 1 turn. Really wish that was a self, whatever buff, but you know what? It is what it is, guys. 50% on top of the 65% ain't going to be bad. She's going to be fast. She's probably not going to be a damage monster, but once you apply unfortunately, I don't think light has the 100% yet, but the 80% light damage that is given to a lot of these units, plus the 120% physical, she'll still hit pretty respectably. Skill 3 is a super light physical attack with high critical rate, skill damage plus 70% per foe light resistance debuff. That's 140% hit on her skill 3. Her skill 3 is a Wrecker Buster skill. We don't see... I gripe all the time that I want percentages on that, and I love seeing this. But my God, when you see that 70% there, Old Girl is both a war game unit and a Wrecker Buster unit. And I say this all the time. When I look at units, and I tell you guys, like, people gripe at me in the comments, dude, you're underestimating that unit. That unit is great for this one exact thing, and you're going to use her, for that one thing, 3 times, and then you're going to shelve her forever. And I'm like, you go summon. You enjoy that. If I miss a Wrecker Buster or a War Game or something like that, and I make King 3 in War Game, or I get top 1,000 to Wrecker Buster, I'm missing out on 50 to 100 Iris. But what would I have spent to summon the unit? I see a unit like this. This unit's going to be relevant for a really long time. This is going to be as relevant as Kurumi was after the rerun of the collab. This unit is phenomenal. All Light needs is a little tiny buff, and she's as good as the anniversary units from last year, and maybe even better. Mark my words, great unit, a lot of utility, you'll use her on a lot of events. All Light needs is a little tiny bit of love. SA, foes, ultra light physical attack with ultra critical rate, great temporary strength boost, light resist down 60%, oof, for 2 turns, damn girl, take them apart. Allies, strength and light attack damage plus 80%, my girl. Yep, there you go. So she doesn't do the 100%, she does the 80%. Man, do I wish she did the 100%. If she did the 100%, can you imagine how insane she would be? So that's the only thing, that is the one tiny little thing I want out of her, is 100% light damage. They could have kept the 80% physical attack. All I want is 100% light damage. The only nice part about that is, and the one thing I do want to justify here, is while I do like hunger, I was going to use a different word, hunger, starts with an L, hunger, for the 100% light damage, that does kind of require that we have another unit that does 100 to 120% physical damage, and those units do not do damage per se, then they're not hitters. So having 80% on both stats with her will be a really good skill, and she can still be viable in Record Buster, and instead of wasting a turn doing no damage, you can use her, do all that, and buff your team. It's really, really, really nice. I would love to have the 100%, but I'm going to be honest with you, maybe I'm just grasping at straws. Passives for Old Girl, 35% dark resist. Counters and regular attacks are light physical attack, 35% strength, endurance, and agility, like she needs more agility, 20% damage on critical, 40% damage reduction on guard rate, and she's a spirit killer. Now here's the fun one. Here is the new Argonaut unit. Argo. Check out these stats. Now at the beginning, you're looking at this going, but what? HP is 1078. Physical attack is 645. Here's the deal. Argo is an assist. First Argo assist we've ever had. Very interesting. Foes, plural. Light, resist, and thunder resist. Both ailments down 20%. I believe if this isn't the first double 20%, it's... We haven't gotten many. We definitely have not gotten many. Self, penetration rate, 30%. Now, we looked through this earlier. I believe every other unit that has penetration rate is 20%. They skipped 25 and went straight to 30. I could be wrong on that, but either way, it's a serious power creep. Now this is the one I love here. 4 additional effects. Foe, singular, low light physical attack, strength and magic down 40% for 2 turns. Can happen twice per turn. So the once per turn would be really nice because basically at that juncture, more or less what winds up happening is you're in war game. Somebody hits you and they get debuffed. Somebody else hits you, they get debuffed. You can still use that in Record Buster. You can use that in war game. You can use that all over the place. This dude is awesome. This banner is 150% worth every single. Don't overdraw. Don't take that as I said overdraw. Star bonds, guys, because they're time limited. This banner is amazing. Also worth noting, we are going to get 100 souvenirs for the collab, so that is pretty much everything. For us, the Ticket Line is going to come. Hero Homecoming Box is going to come. Record Buster tomorrow night. New 7th Zone tomorrow night. Finish up your current 7 Zones tonight. Celestial Festival Gacha, Ultimate War Game, and then 7th Zone on the following week. That's going to be the video. Let me know if you guys are hyped. Like, comment, and share, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.